Okay, so we're still hanging out in Principle 7. We were just talking this last time about, we got into some more specific about the Torah itself and the nation of Israel, our returning to the land of Israel, and the inner aspect of Torah coming out. So it, brings the question of how all of this relates to Judaism and the nation of Israel, and in relationship to all the nations in the world and all of humanity. So we learned that every person in the world, all of our souls that have ever been from the beginning of time and what will be until the end of time, all of our souls together is the soul of Adam and Eve, the soul of Adam and Chava. There's even a mineral level, plant level, animal level, human level of all of creation. That all of us are aspects of the soul that's here to experience all of God's goodness. Everybody. Now, we learned that soul that's called the soul of Adam and Chava, the soul of Adam and Eve, we could imagine it because it reflects in a spiritual way our bodies. Like the one soul is like our body, or the soul of an Adam and Eve, the soul of a man and woman. So this soul that encompasses all the souls has many different parts to it. So there's a way of dividing our body, our physical body, into 70 different parts, which we learn are associated to the 70 different spiritual nations in the world. We learned that everybody's soul root in some way roots into one of 70 different spiritual nations, or 70 different aspects of our universal soul. The nation of Israel being one of them. There's 70 nations. We learned that every nation has a particular role to play. There isn't any that's more important or less important. But every part of our universal soul, every spiritual nation in the world has a particular role to play that's integral to the entire transformation we're going through. Now, we learned that we're all going through that transformation from desire to receive to desire to give. We learned that's everything that's going on in our reality right now. We learned that transformation has 70 different nuances that are connected to it, that are being played out through the 70 different soul roots within our universal soul, which is the 70 different spiritual nations in the world. So we learn every nation has a particular role to play. We have one body, but our body has many different parts working together. The idea of oneness in Judaism isn't that everything is to be the same. Right? We learn that every single person was created a very unique reflection of God's light. It even says that the entire universe wouldn't exist without every single one of us, even the people we don't like. That every single one of our souls is here to do something that nobody else could do. We're working to transform a part of our universal soul that's unique to each one of us. So that unique difference of every single soul is infinitely important and valuable and beautiful. When the nation of Israel, thousands of years ago, we were enslaved in Egypt, and we came out of Egypt, and we were in the Sinai desert for 40 years before coming into the land of Israel. So we camped for those 40 years in a very majestic encampment of 12 tribes. The 12 tribes of Israel were each camped in a way that was actually mapping out an entire microcosm of the cosmology of what's going on in our spiritual reality. We were mapping it out in our encampment. But we were camped as 12 tribes. So one of the questions that's asked is like, why are we camping in 12 tribes? The whole teaching is of oneness, of loving everybody outside of ourselves, that we're all one. So why are we already starting with 12 tribes? Let's camp as one tribe. Why are we making all this like separation and differentiation? Let's just be one tribe. So the idea is that the oneness is every tribe having a very particular nuance and role and something special to do in this world. The way that every individual soul has something to do in this world. The way that every nation has something to do in this world. And by each aspect raising up to its highest self, and then having love and respect for all the other parts, so then we're all working together in one interdynamic relationship that's complementing each other, all the different parts. And we reach a oneness, like one working body that has all these different parts that are complementing each other and working together. So the idea of oneness that's being expressed in Judaism and the Kabbalah is not everybody being the same, but everybody being who we are in our highest self, with love and respect for all the other parts. Our whole elevation of our individual unique aspects is to come to the place of truly loving and respecting all the different parts of our universal soul, of loving everybody else and all the different parts of ultimately our universal self. And that the oneness contains all of these multitude of beautiful divine expressions. So, I've been for these many years now, focused on my Judaism and learning spiritual wisdom through the Torah and Judaism. So I don't know so much about the other traditions, but my understanding is that every tradition is here to raise itself up to its highest manifestation. And as all of us together are raising ourselves up, connecting to the higher aspects of our nations, of our tribes, of ourselves, as all of us are raising up together, so then that's the process of our transformation. The Baal Sulam says that the universal religion, or the universal attainment for us all to be working on is to reach the place of truly loving everybody outside of ourselves. Learning how to truly love and care that everybody else's pain is ultimately our pain, and everybody else's happiness is ultimately our happiness. That's the universal concept that we're all here to manifest. And each of us in our own different nuances of traditions and how we're all working towards that. Okay, so we'll end here for now.